So today I'm going to be talking about the 1583 publications by Felix Platter, in which he argues that the retina and the optic nerve are responsible for the formulation of images in the brain, contrary to the previous paradigm that stated images were collected in the lens. Felix Platter was a Swiss physician and professor best known for his early descriptions of many psychiatric conditions. He was the first person to describe a condition known today as parasagittal or falcine meningioma, a type of occipital tumor that he himself was afflicted with. It is thought that his groundbreaking understanding of this condition was possible because of his earlier studies in the eye. In this context, we will be focusing on his work published nearly 3 decades prior in 1583, in which he denotes the lens to a secondary role and the retina to a primary role, a notion that changed the neuroscientific literature of the time. A brief background of man's understanding of how the brain uses the eyes to create images reveals two prominent theories: extramission and intromission. In the 4th century BC, Plato exemplifies the theory of extramission by stating that the eyes contain light within them and that their rays jump outwards and capture the images around us. To use a modern example to understand this way of thinking, it's helpful to equate the headlights of a car to eyes. The theory of extramission pervaded for many centuries. Researchers such as Galen quoted, "The crystalline lens is the principal instrument of vision, a fact clearly proved by what physicians call cataracts, which lie between the crystalline humor and the cornea and interfere with vision until they are couched." By the 11th century, intromission began to dominate as the leading theory. Intromission is simply the reverse of extramission, stating that our eyes collect light rather than emanate it. The lens was seen as the method of collection due to its central location in the eye and its ability to be damaged by excess light. This brings us to the 1500s, when Felix Platter posited a further theory. The discovery that the retina and the optic nerve were the sensitive organs involved in image formulation came about when Felix Platter was studying why people who worked with glass and fire tended to have higher rates of cataracts. Cataracts is a distortion in vision caused by the clouding of the lens. In order for light to properly focus on the retina, the lens must be clear. It was this work that led Felix Platter to create new sketches describing the curvature of the lens, moving it towards the pupil as opposed to further back in the eye. These were published in Kepler's Optics, the purveyor of optic literature at the time. He also noted the differences of the convex and concave areas of the eye. He quotes, "The principal organ of vision, namely the optic nerve, expands through the whole hemisphere of the retina as soon as it enters the eye. This receives and discriminates the form and color of external objects, which together with the light enter the eye through the opening of the pupil and are projected on it by the lens."